What's up, selectors? It is Select Screen. Shout out to I'm Here to Learn early in the chat, man. It is about to go down. Shout out to I'm Here to Learn early in the chat, man. It is about to go down. Early in the chat, man. It is about to go down. Oh, YouTube. Sorry about the echo, guys. Got that fixed. All right. Oh, YouTube. Sorry about the echo, guys. You see that? Movie magic. Guys, we are going to do our review of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Whew, a lot of technical glitches today, but that's all right. I got to talk about this movie. I finally got a chance to watch this movie, and I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised by my review of this movie. I'm Here to Learn is RL. RL, I didn't know that. That's hilarious. I had no idea. I'm Here to Learn has always been RL and vice versa. All right, that's what's up, man. So I shouldn't be surprised. He's consistent every single time. Appreciate you so much. I would give you a woo, but technical difficulties. So anyway, voice mod is down. I don't know what's going on with it. We'll get it figured out. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. RL, have you seen this movie yet? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on it. It's going to be crazy. So while you guys are here, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you sub to the channel. Helps us out. We're trying to get to 500 selectors by the end of the year. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think you guys are going to be really surprised by my review of this movie, because I was surprised. Definitely go check out. I was going to show you our merch. We're not even going to mess with it. Go check out our merch too on the link tree. Really appreciate that. RL says, I have this channel for when I need to learn another skill or for educational purposes. That's dope. Yes, the film, Dad. The film was great. Okay, all right. RL liked it. Better than Doctor Strange. Okay, all right. Well, let's get into this thing, man. I'm ready. I hope my computer is ready today. Mike and Muffin's ready, apparently. Go ahead, say let's go.
It's good.
All right, selectors, let's get into this. Shout out to RL. RL liked this movie. Let me give you some history on Rescue Rangers. For me, I always liked Alvin and the Chipmunks. Way better than Chip and Dale. I like the theme song, but the show would always bore me after a while. I would watch it and then eventually I'd be like, okay, enough's enough. Like, I get it. It's goofy. And so I didn't really, like, when this came out, I wasn't like super pumped for it. And tonight was one of those nights where we had a family movie night and my kids were like, let's watch this, let's watch that. And I was like, let's put on Chip and Dale and see what happens. And guys, I got to tell you, this is a must-watch movie. If you've ever watched, ever watched the show, even half an episode, this movie was really dope. It was really dope. It reminded me very much, even though it's on Disney Plus, it should have been in theaters. I would have paid for this movie for sure. It reminded me a lot of the original Shrek. It has that, hey, we're an animation movie, but we're also here to shock you. And I mean, 3 seconds into the show, there's a joke about, I think his name's Theodore Chippendale, who is like a historical figure. And then they were like, yeah, you've probably heard of this guy, which you probably haven't. And then they went right into like the Chippendales. And I was like, I'm sitting there watching this with my kids going, oh, it was like, oh, wow. And then finally they got to Chip and Dale. It was really interesting. There's a lot of jokes like that. There are so many cameos that I thought from other studios that I could not believe were in the movie. I was like, how did they get clearance for any of this stuff? Sometimes they don't. They just kind of change the names of things. The Simpsons. You've probably heard by now that Ugly Sonic is in this movie. And he wasn't just like a cameo. Like, Ugly Sonic was a main character in this. It was just really, really awesome to see, man. The plot, they make fun of it. It's very Deadpool-ish. And RL brought it up. How did they get Batman? Batman makes an appearance in this movie. My wife hates E.T. E.T. is in this movie. There were several others that I was just like, how did Disney, who owns Marvel, get clearance to put Batman in a Disney movie? I just don't understand how they did it. And it was so refreshing. The only cameo that's not in this movie, spoilers, that I thought should have been in there and they should have snuck in there is somehow got the Lego movie in there. That's the only thing that and maybe I just missed it. But there were so many things in there. One of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is Seth Rogen plays an uncanny character from the early 2000s. And if you guys don't know what Uncanny Valley is, it's when characters in the early 2000s, they looked real, but like their skin texture was off or their eyes were off a little bit. So it was really this like, it looks real, but it doesn't. They explain that in the movie. And did I say Joe Rogan? Seth, sorry. Seth is playing this uncanny villain, right? And then at one point in time, almost every animated character that he plays pops into the movie. It was just so hilarious. So hilarious. I mean, they just nailed the humor in this movie. And some of it was over my kid's head, but I was cracking up the whole time. From the start of this movie to the end of it, I laughed and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. Yeah, I didn't want to give that away too much, who the villain of the movie is. But they even make fun of how on the nose it is. They're like, oh, of course. You know, Peter Pan was hilarious. I mean, everybody in this movie was just absolutely great. J.K. Simmons plays basically Discount Gumby. It was just, everything about this movie was hilarious. Even the reasoning for one of them being 2D and one of them being 3D, you know, basically selling out and going Hollywood. It just, and just to wrap all of this up, they even made fun of people like me who always said, I like Alvin and the Chipmunks better than Chip and Dale. It was perfect. This is exactly how you take an old series and you bring it back and you bring it into the new. I would love a sequel. I would absolutely love a sequel. I'm going to give this movie an A. The only way it could have been better, like I said, is if they would have snuck in something from the Lego movie. It was just great. It was great. I'll probably watch it again. I can't believe it went to Disney Plus. I just really, it was so funny. And the humor never got too crazy. There's some callbacks. There's a lot of callbacks to old episodes of the show, stuff that I couldn't even tell you. The bee, or not the bee, but the fly. I can't think of his name offhand, but he has a voice all of a sudden. I mean, RL's got a hot take. I want to hear it, man. I definitely want to hear it. It just, everything about this reinvented it while making fun of itself, while also telling an entertaining story. And they just did a great job. Disney knocked this one out of the park. I want to hear this hot take, RL, for sure. Oh, he recently just watched Morbius. It's Morbin time, as the internet has been saying. What'd you think? Uh-oh, I'm so nervous about this. I am so nervous about this. One thing RL did say, I don't think I read this, but he felt like Chip and Dale was better than Doctor Strange. I agree. It was so fun. I was just entertained the whole movie. I want to hear this hot take about Morbius. I can't even go. That's going to ruin my night, RL. It's going to ruin my night just talking about Morbius. I think while he's writing this out, I really think Buzz Lightyear, after seeing this, they better come correct with Buzz Lightyear. Because I think Toy Story 4, I really enjoyed Toy Story 4. I really liked Forky. I really liked all of the trash jokes. I thought that was great. This was really, really great. Lightyear's going to have to be really, really good because it's a Toy Story film, ultimately. All right, RL says, hot take on Morbius. It's so bad. This might be the funniest comedic Marvel MCU film ever. I never laughed so much. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, when you're watching it, you're just like, I can't believe they made these decisions. There's so much stuff in the movie that you're just like, are you serious? Like, really? It's really at that level. It really is. I mean, I'm trying to think of another. Well, I know RL, you liked Eternals. I don't know. Eternals. I think Eternals may be better than Morbius. I may have to flip-flop on that. I know I said Eternals was really bad. I might say Eternals was even better than Morbius because at least Eternals had some really good effects. Salma Hayek was in the movie. You know, there's some redeemable things about Eternals. Morbius, there's just nothing there. And then it ends up ruining Homecoming in a way, and Far From Home, and No Way Home. It kind of ruins some of the Spider-Man movies if you really call it canon. Morbius is terrible. I mean, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, 30 times better than that movie. Oh, RL said, no, I didn't like Eternals after the second viewing. And see, I haven't had a second viewing. I actually went back, while we're talking about that, I actually went back and watched Doctor Strange 2 again in theaters, and I actually walked out. I got all the way to, not all the way, but I got to the point of seeing I keep thinking Eternals, seeing the Illuminati. I watched the Illuminati die, and then I was like, all right, I can't watch this movie again. Yeah. RL says, the Morbius intro to the film, I just couldn't believe it. That's it. That's what I was saying too. I mean, all of it. Even the, you know, your post-credit scenes were terrible, but the, you know how you always get like a cool animation at the end of these movies? I couldn't tell what it was half the time. And then it was like, oh, it's M for Morbius. And I was like, why did you guys make that so complicated? Like, it was bad. You walked out of Bob's Burgers, really? Now, I'm biased. I've never really watched Bob's Burgers. I watched a little bit of Futurama. But I'm a Simpsons guy. So a lot of these shows in that vein are hard for me because, I mean, I've probably seen the first 9 seasons of The Simpsons at least twice. At least 3, like all the way through. I love The Simpsons. And if you've ever watched The Simpsons, you know each season is not What? The Simpsons are not short on episodes. You know what I'm saying? There's too much singing in Bob's Burgers. What are they singing in Bob's Burgers for? What? I wish I had my soundboard right there. I would definitely give that a red skull. You are failing. What? RL's a Simpsons guy too. That's what I'm saying. It's just something. I kind of got into American Dad a little bit. That was okay for a little while. I struggle with Family Guy. I'm just a Simpsons guy through and through. I can't believe Bob's Burgers has a bunch of singing in it. And RL says, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That's another thing I want to go into on Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers that I have to mention is that there are so many animation styles in this movie. It just works. I don't know how else to explain it, but you're seeing over here a 3D character and a 2D character. There's Simpsons animations, there's Futurama, there's claymation, there's Muppets, there's everything, every animation style you could think of outside of maybe Into the Spider-Verse kind of look. You see everything in this, and it just somehow worked. It wasn't a multiverse movie, but it could have been. It was done so well. Gosh, I'm thinking about, well, I really got to get into Obi-Wan. I know you guys have been waiting on Obi-Wan, and DJ Crystal Clear is like, stop coming to our streams because I still have not finished Ryan Reynolds' video game movie. What was that called? Gosh, not Fall Guy. I have not finished that movie either. RL said their voices, this is on Bob's Burgers, their voices weren't made for singing and it just threw it off. I think I'm a pass. I think I'm a pass on Bob's Burgers, man. So I hear my children. Free Guy. I couldn't think of Free Guy for anything, bro. I gotta probably restart Free Guy again. It's just too much like Van Wilder, but not for me. I don't know. It's okay. We'll do a review. I said I was gonna do a review like months ago. We will do a review of Free Guy once I finish it. And I'll try not to hold that captive. It's just I've been watching it way too late at night. That's all it's been. So, like I said, I hear my kids literally crying for me. You think that you got the heat? You got the heat on Sunday? I'm going with Heat too, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm going with the Heat. I'm a D Wade fan, so I'm always. My team in the East is Milwaukee. And obviously they're out, but since Dwayne Wade is one of my favorite players of all time, he's not the greatest, but he's one of my favorites. I feel like I can root for Heat, so I think the Heat are going to do it. I think it's going to be a real interesting finals. I think, again, basketball, it's been so weird. It's been so weird because basketball's been bad, but then it's been really good. And it's been weird. Like, the game itself has been bad, but the competition, I think, has been really good as of late. So I don't know. It's really interesting dynamic. And then we'll be doing some of the finals, man, for sure. Like I said, we'll live stream and talk about the finals games as they're kind of going on as we can. So that's kind of the plan. Appreciate you, selectors, so much. Shout out to RL, man. Woo! There, he still got a woo. It was just a manual woo. Appreciate you guys so much. Be kind to one another. Shout out to RL as usual. Butler deserves MVP even if they lose. Ooh. Oh, no. My man, Steph. What's up, Clue? Clue in the building. Man, appreciate you. Right as we're shutting it down. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming through as usual, man. Guys, be kind to one another. Go watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers if you have Disney Plus. I'm giving the movie an A. It's great, man. I really enjoyed it. As a person who wasn't a fan before, I'm a fan now. I'll probably start watching the old show, just to get some of the references. Till next time, guys, be kind to one another. My name's Select Screen, and I'm out.